But you are 100% correct, Christian, when you have the hypocrisy of Islam, which continues to lie, as long as it's okay that it's non-Muslim. You can kill those who will not convert as long as they are non-Muslims refusing to join in Islam. And so that is very important. Now, it's okay. So we don't have a caller actually on the line. Now, Dr. Warner, do you have any statements or any feedback on that as well?
First off, let me say that I think that Mr. Prince is probably the best at this that I've seen. Yes. I feel like I can only elaborate on the ground that he's laid. I will say this, that in terms of killing, there's a very interesting site devoted to killing by Islam. It's called thereligionofpeace.com. And as a scientist, I've tabulated some of the work they give and found it very interesting that on a consistent basis, jihad or the violence of Islam is visited twice as much on Muslims as it is on either Christians or Jews. So the most dangerous enemy that a Muslim has is not the Jew, not the Christian, but another Muslim. And I think that this is borne out through history. Abu Bakr, the first caliph, his first job was to kill those Muslims who wanted to leave, because apostasy is a capital crime, to use a technical term here in America. So, but all of this, of course, gets back to the ethical position, which has been stated that the ethics of Islam are very dualistic. There's one set of moral code for Muslims and another for the kafir. And we've already mentioned this, that a Muslim is not to kill another Muslim, but he can kill a kafir. A Muslim is not to rape another Muslim, but he can rape a kafir. A Muslim may not lie to another Muslim, but it's okay to lie to a kafir, particularly under jihad. So this just reaches my point of ethics, is that the ethical system of Islam is not based upon the golden rule. The laws of the Sharia are not based upon the golden rule, but in terms of the gentleman who was speaking to different religions, the Jews have a golden rule, Christians have a golden rule, Buddhists have a golden rule, the Sikhs have a golden rule. I have atheist friends who practice the golden rule, but the golden rule is forbidden under Islam.
Wow, that's really interesting. Now we have another caller. CL, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you can hear me. I'm glad I tuned in. This is a very interesting show. Very interesting. Seeing you guys go back and forth like this. This guy that you had on the line earlier, the Arab guy. I hope he's still listening. Man. I pray for this guy, because this guy, he's very lost. Very lost. You remind me of myself. I don't know if Christian Prince can hear me right now, but a few years ago, I used to argue with Christian Prince on the internet when I was a Muslim, and I was a Muslim upon the Salafi Dawah. Very hard-headed, and he used to try to correct me and straighten me out like he's doing this gentleman that you just had on the line. Another thing I wanted to bring back up, which you brought up earlier, was the situation with the monks from Najran. That's an interesting thing that Christian Prince said about how the monks challenged Muhammad to a formal debate. Muhammad refused, and instead he challenged them to curse themselves. Shows you that debating is not something that's from Islam. We're doing a lot of challenging of Muslims to debates and to critically think about Islam and the Quran and Hadith. But that's really not their thing. That's not really a part of their religion. Maybe we should, I don't know, maybe we need to think of something else, think of a different angle to come at them from. I don't know. But that's just my little 2 cents that I wanted to add to the program. You guys keep up the good work, and I pray for you.
Thank you, and God bless.
Well, just to mention, because I like to give reference always when I talk about things. I want to say thank you to the brother, and I'm so glad for him that he left Islam. Maybe he can remind me of himself, because I spoke to thousands and thousands of Muslims trying to help them to understand Islam. Even the person who just called before, I am not against you, by the way. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save you from this cult. This is a disgusting cult. Let me show you what your prophet said about Islam, how to debate, because the brother here, he mentioned that again. We mentioned it before. We didn't give reference. In chapter 3, verse number 61, it says, فَمَنْ حَاجَّكَ فِيهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَكَ مِنَ الْعِلْمِ. Those who they are asking you for questions and debate, what do? Say to them, invite your children and our children. Invite your women and our women. Invite yourself and ourselves. And let us ask God to curse the one who is lying. What kind of debate is debate? What kind of a prophet this prophet? Imagine someone come to Jesus, says to him, Jesus, I have a question for you. And then Jesus says, oh, invite your women, I invite my women. Invite your children, I invite my children. Invite yourself, I invite myself. And let us invoke God to curse the one who is lying. That is the most stupid things ever I heard. Because simply, if a Muslim, he believes in Islam, he is not lying. This is what he believes in. If someone is a Hindu debating me about Hinduism, he is not lying. This is what he believes. So even the idea of the debate is stupid. The idea of understanding that the one is debating you is lying is stupid. At least like now I understand that Muslims, they lie based on their religion. But usually a person who believes in something, he's not lying. If a Muslim says to me, I believe in Muhammad as a prophet, should I say to him, let us curse the one is lying? Why? This is stupid. He believed in that. He's not lying. He believed that Muhammad is a prophet. I believe that Jesus is my Lord. So who is lying here? There's nobody lying. Not him, not me. I can be wrong, he can be wrong, but this is not about lying. So Muhammad, he don't even have the simple basic understanding. But I will tell you why Muhammad, he made that statement. Because Muhammad is a person of disability. He cannot answer. This is why in chapter 5, verse 101 says, ask not questions. Verse 102, it says, because former generations, they asked the same questions and they lost their faith. So Muhammad, he forbid questions. Muhammad, he will never debate you because simply he will lose the debate. And this is why Muslims actually, ABN and every TV channel I go in, they cannot find me one Muslim to debate me because they run away. They choose their cherries. They try to find a soft Christian who know nothing about Islam to debate. But when it's come to someone he can burn Islam, they run away. I advise you, the one who called before, to get my books. Maybe you can learn something. I have the Deception of Allah to show you how God of Islam is nothing but deception. And I have my second book, which is Quran and Science in Depth. You know, I would love to give it to you even as a gift. So maybe you can be saved and you can know the true Lord, the one who says, love your enemy. The one who says, if somebody asks you for your coat, give him your address. The one who says, go and teach and preach all the world, all nations, not the black, not the white, not the Arab. This is Jesus. So I invite you to him.
Wow, that is so powerful. I mean, honestly, God bless you, Christian. I come across, Muslims who just clearly, they don't know really their true doctrine. They don't really understand. And when you begin to question them, they do and they will question their faith. So I believe we discovered something, and I would like to even make sure we critically understand. So one way of really, really getting the faith of Christianity and of Jesus Christ to the Muslim is simply to challenge them. The Bible is really clear about being ready in season and out of season, to have a strong faith and have a reason for why you actually believe in what you believe in. So we've noticed and we've discovered that show that in Islam, you don't have a true reason of why you believe. In fact, you want to discourage any type of critical analyzing of what you believe or your faith, because if we really share truth to falsehood, or even what you perceive to be truth, you will realize that it's false. So the more we challenge Islam, the more we challenge the discrepancies in moral and unethical practices of Sharia law and all of these things, you will continue to break down the false facade of Islam and the deception. And that's very important, the deception that is Islam. And I believe that is the exact same way that we should challenge these individuals. So we have a break now, and we want to get back and be able to continue this discussion, and God bless. Bill Warner here, and we would like to have you, sir, finish out And have any statements concerning just the finishing out of the show? We've had such great debate, and we've had Christian Prince, who has been just a dynamic minister of truth to just shed light on the falsehood of Islam and the falsehood of Sharia law, and just understanding that this is a religion of deception, a religion of hate. So Dr. Bill Warner, we would like to have you share your feedback to finish out the segment.
First off, let me say that one of the wonderful things about ABN is what we've just been experiencing here. In America, there's very little open discussion about the truth of Islam. And this is the reason that I come on to ABN, is because it's one of the few venues where you can actually hear Islam discussed in a factual basis. And the other nice thing about watching ABN is, like today, I've never met Mr. Prince before. But I've got to tell you that one day I would like to meet him in person, because he is a man that, the kind of guy that I like. He knows what he's talking about, and he's very firm in it. Today we see people being shy with their opinions. Political correctness has made liars out of many of us. And so people like Mr. Prince are a real breath of fresh air. And the whole business that ABN, which is involved in, which is like an open discussion. I'm a scientist by training. And in science advances by debate, not authoritative reasoning. That is, just because a man is a scientist doesn't mean you can't challenge what he says. And with ABN, we see that we're actually indulging in critical thought, using factual reasoning. And so this is a wonderful show. The only problem with it is we don't have 1,000 of them across America. I do a radio show every Friday from 11 to 12, and it's talk radio, and I say when we get off the air, I don't know why more people don't want to discuss political Islam, because it is fascinating to learn about. It's a world that's different from ours, and ABN is a place that gives us a place to learn about such a different world that is called Islam.
Wow, and I just want to say you're absolutely correct. I think Christopher has been dynamic, and I also would like to say that your political correct has been a cancer to our society. It has allowed the falsehood of Islam and so many other topics to just continue to go unnoticed and even grow, because we can't challenge these things without being called Islamophobic or homophobic or some type of hate monger or a bigot. And we're just telling the truth about these things. So thank you, and God bless Dr. Bill Warner, and continue your efforts and all that you do. We have two callers on the line. George, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. God bless you guys. I came in the first of the show, but I'm still hearing, and I want to pray for that person who is coming to seek for the truth. And the truth we believe that Jesus will tell us all the human being is a sheep, went astray without Jesus. So we agree. We Christian, Jew, name it. They are sheep, went astray without Jesus. But we are comparing between Jesus saying and Muhammad saying. So if you Christian can elaborate about all the Muslim believe about when the last day comes, there is a tree and a rock will confess behind him a Jew to come, the believer, the Muslim, to kill them. So all the Muslims in their hearts, they hate Jew because that's what Allah asked them to do. So I hope you can elaborate and give us a quote from where that saying, because all the Muslim scholars, and they train the young Muslim to be a scholar in this aspect, and I hear it a lot of shows about the cursing from the tree to the Jew to come in, a believer, to kill them.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I just want to say thank you for those words. We have such great commentary right now, and I appreciate the bold convictions, because as Dr. Warner stated, we need strong conviction, and we need to not be moved. It's very important, because the Bible says a double-minded person is unstable in all their ways. It's really time that we stand firm on the truth and not be apologetic for it. And it's very important. But Christian, do you have any feedback for our caller?
Well, what he said is absolutely true. This is in the book of